Hello everyone, the dojo is now open. I am your sensei Bendo.
I'm Cheesy.
Konya Crystal.
I'm Cube.
And I am Parachuting Kitten.
And welcome back to NinJAGOcast. We have returned. Season 4 is like right around the corner, which is, you know, it's been a while. It's been like 2 months. We've broken our streak, unfortunately. We did basically monthly episodes. Maybe there was another month we missed. I can't even remember at this point. But we are back. We're here to talk about Ninjago. And we have a brand new NinJAGOcast newcomer. Welcome, Parachuting Kitten!
Yay! So happy to be here.
Yes! This has been a long time coming. We've just been waiting for like a good podcast.
Almost a year.
Yeah, it's been a while. But we finally got
busy.
Yeah. It's been
busy.
busy.
Then I think we tried to do it and it was like, there's so much set content to talk about. And I'm like, sorry, gonna sit that one out.
Yeah, which I definitely don't blame you for.
No, it's good to be here.
Awesome. Glad to have you here, and I'm glad to finally be back with the NinJAGOcast, especially after last episode. I was like, hey, it's the anniversary, we're gonna do a bunch of NinJAGOcast stuff this year, and now it's been 2 months, and we've been kind of silent, but we're back. But that's just kind of NinJAGOcast tradition at this point. I think Meso would gladly agree with me if you were here. So
Yes.
We have returned. We are here to talk because we have a couple trailers came out. We had like a small like 30-second teaser trailer. We had the first main trailer. We had 2 clips, and then we had another trailer most recently. And that has kind of prompted me to finally be like, okay, let's talk about this stuff, because the last trailer in particular has some really interesting things. And then we can kind of just give our thoughts about, you know, season 4 going into it. Because I'm especially curious just to see how the community feels, because I feel like community sentiment has been all over the place. And it's kind of been shaken up, especially because of that last trailer and also those 2 clips. But
oh yeah.
Also, there with the 15-year anniversary, we had the Weekend Whip music video, which I nearly forgot to talk about in this stream, but we can brush up on that first, or we can brush up on that before we get into the other stuff. But the first thing we got with the rollout, as far as I'm aware, is all the... Actually, I don't even know if it was the first thing, because didn't we get like the first initial trailers, and then people are like, okay, where are the posters? Where are the posters? Where are the posters? And we didn't end up getting it until recently.
I think the trouble all started when basically they just dropped a trailer saying, oh, look at all the great and awesome things we're working on for our 15-year anniversary. And then they just went radio silent and then dropped Weekend Whip like in the middle of the day. And we all freaked out.
For real.
The marketing, actually, I think a good place to start, honestly, would just be like describing how interesting this marketing cycle has been compared to other Dragons Rising ones, because we've had a pretty consistent like schedule of things happening. Like teaser comes out, then the website is updated, then it gives us like a release date, and then we usually get a poster with a second trailer, and then, you know, clips, and then trailer and stuff like that. This has been a weird rollout, I feel like, because just everything seems delayed, or like not like it came out at the right time, or like, because we had the initial trailer, we had like the 15-year anniversary stuff randomly again, and then we had like another trailer, and the poster took forever to come out, and we didn't get the release date until literally like a week ago, right?
Yeah,
it feels like it's just right around the corner too. I wonder if it partly has to be like all the 15th anniversary stuff like mashed together with it.
Yeah,
because
they've like been releasing the character spots for the anniversary regularly.
Oh right, yeah.
Which are not great, but
I haven't seen any.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they've been focusing on. I don't know why they didn't show the Weekend Whip in, like, you know, that big anniversary stream they did.
True.
I remember
that anniversary stream. Oh.
Yeah, that was like the most recent thing, I think, when we held the last podcast.
Yeah, it was.
So I guess that gives us a pretty good timeline of like that's where we were, and a lot's happened, and now we're stuck with this jumble of stuff to sift through. But yeah, it's been a weird rollout this time, especially as someone who hasn't really been keeping up as much as I normally do. I don't know how you guys have been.
No, honestly, the same boat for me. I'm gonna be,
It's just interesting.
I think they're trying. I think they're trying their best. I don't think it was really like scheduled to be like a big thing, but it's just random things. Especially whenever we found out that Dragons Rising season 4 and the part 2 of their Fortnite launch was going to release the same day. So I was like, okay, I think they're just trying to release the season and then go from there. Because by the time we end April, we'll be going into like convention season, and then by July we'll be getting more things. So I think the rollout may have been hard, but I think we can only go up from here.
Yeah.
True.
It's just weird to me because it feels like they had all the pieces, and they just scheduled them oddly. Like, especially not having the countdown website up until like this late is strange.
But it negates the need for a countdown in the first place, honestly.
Yeah. It's like countdown. Oh, it's 3 weeks away or 2 weeks away or whatever.
To be completely fair, I think this has been weird marketing in terms of Dragons Rising, but like I just remember like Seabound's marketing, and I'm like,
oh yeah, no.
It could be a lot worse.
We're absolutely still soaring when it comes to the marketing. It's just interesting compared to what we've been used to now.
Oh yeah, it's very jarring.
But yeah, if you showed this conversation to someone like in the 11-minute era, they'd be like, "What are you talking about? This is amazing.
You guys are eating so good.
You're getting trailers. You're getting trailers before the season."
Wow.
Oh.
But yeah. So another part of that marketing cycle has been these new posters, which the main one is the one you're seeing on screen right now, at least part of it, due to the whole cropping thing. But I can zoom it out and give a better look. We were briefly talking about this. Yeah, it's definitely one of the posters of all time, is what I'll say. Whoops.
It is a poster. It is definitely advertising material.
It has Lego on it.
Oh, what happened here?
I don't.
There's literally so much green that it kind of overshadows literally everyone that isn't in the front, including Lloyd, who, now that we know, has like a big, huge arc this season, and he just blends into the background, and I hate it.
No, for real.
It's really funny, actually, considering what we know now. Because when this poster was revealed, like, we didn't really know anything about the season, like who would be getting focus or what would be happening plot-wise. But now we have so much of a hunch that it's gonna be like very Lloyd-centric. So the fact that he's not even front and center on this poster is really funny.
Also, like, Jay is pretty much like the secondary ninja, and he's like so tiny.
So small.
The only other character that we know is getting like a story arc. This season. Also,
I don't know if anyone's pointed this out, but another reason I don't like this is this poster is a mix of actual like character renders and then like snippets from the intro we saw in the 10th anniversary thing. Like Frank, Nia, Wildfire, Aaron are all from the intro.
No wonder the lighting just feels so off, I guess. Like,
I can't.
Perspective, other important things.
It's just
It's crazy because there is so much on this poster, and yet I feel like I've gleaned zero information about what is actually going on from it. Except there's gonna be a lot of green, and everybody and their cousins are all gonna be there.
I feel like Worst Off is sort of doing the opposite, where it's telling you information that you like assume things from it that aren't actually going to happen, like Ryu being important, Cole being important, like I don't know, probably not as much as Lloyd.
Just wait, the next trailer to drop is gonna be the Ryu trailer. I guarantee it.
The Ryu Cole and Sora team up trailer. They've
So
just been
excited.
hiding every clip from us, but you know it's gonna
They don't
happen.
even like position them in their like groups. Like, you know,
No.
it's
They're
why
not even
is Aaron with Kai?
not even remotely where they. It's so odd.
What a poster.
What a
It really
poster.
feels like some intern was given an assignment to do at the last minute. It was like, okay, here you go. This is fine, right? And you know, it works.
It is
Yeah,
like
I mean,
it feels like it was made to like mock and make fun of like traditional like floating head posters.
yeah, it's like I don't like the one from season 3, part 1 that much either. You know, the one where it's like all the ninja on one side, all the villains on another, because it does feel
Yeah.
like that. But at the very least, the placements like made sense.
It shows you something.
More cohesive.
Yeah.
It gives you some kind of story to glean from it.
Yeah, I guess what I mean, maybe who knows? Maybe like all the stuff we've seen from the trailers is from like the first 2 episodes, and the whole season will focus on Cole, Sora, and Ryu.
And Ryu.
The big 3.
The big 3. We
God,
all
if
these
only.
are the main characters of Dragons Rising, by the way.
I mean,
If it
in an
was
alternate
good,
universe, I'd be sort of fine with that.
I would be happy with that.
Are you
100%
kidding?
fine with that.
I wouldn't mind another The Land of the Lost Things episode
Yes,
with
please.
Cole, Sora, and Nia. Let's go.
Wait, I can't wait
Please.
for the season to open up and Cole be like, the ninja are gone. I'm gonna look in the land of lost things for them, and then we never see him for the rest of the part.
No, I'd cry.
But yeah, so that's a
Takes
poster.
Pixel with him, and
Oh my god, I'd cry
They
even
just
more. This
disappear.
just means my favorite side character's gone, my favorite main character's gone.
Oh, they should have put Pixel in this poster in like a very big spot, just to make it worse.
next to Ryu.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but do we want to I can't show it here, but do we want to touch on the intro? Has everyone here like seen the leaked intro?
I've seen it.
I saw it I think once.
I've seen it.
Any
Can we
thoughts
talk
about it?
I really like it, but I kind of do prefer the. Are we allowed to talk about the remix?
I think we can, because the remix was in the 15. The remix was featured in something official, right?
I'm not sure,
but I don't remember what it was.
It sounds kind of good. I kind of like it. I dig it.
I feel like it's better than some of the other intros we've had so far, but this is also from me, who doesn't really love We Rise a whole ton.
I still think
it's getting hunted.
Yeah,
that is true.
I still think I prefer the season 3 intro, because that really did kind of show you, like, I don't know, like visually it just kind of showed you everything that was like going on. And
season 3 did have a really strong intro that just kind of like
Agreed.
Apart from like that little techno,
just the actual song itself I'm not a fan of, but the I like the new intro. I'm curious to see, because obviously the audio is like kind of awful because of the leaked thing, so I'm curious to see what it actually sounds like. But visually it's striking, which leads pretty well into when we get to talk about the first trailer, because oh my goodness, the season visually looks gorgeous.
And green, a lot of green.
Yeah.
A lot of
green.
Guys, did you know the season is green?
Really? Who would have guessed?
I wonder what character it'll focus on.
It's gonna be Frack.
Right, yes, right. But so to give a little bit of an awkward like interjection here, as much as it would be nice to just go straight to the trailer. Before that, something that came out not on the 15th anniversary like you would expect. It came out like a week or two afterwards. Is this 15th anniversary Weekend Whip music video, which was a complete just like surprise, because we expected something on the actual 15-year anniversary, and we didn't end up getting it. And then this came out, and we're like, okay, so they did have something. They just didn't post it on the right day, which is another part of the weird marketing rollout phenomenon that's been going on.
I have to assume this was meant to post on the day of,
and then
it just got delayed for whatever reason. It doesn't make any sense if that was the plan.
God, can you imagine, like, if that came out that day? Oh,
It would have been a lot cleaner for
Been
this
so hyped.
podcast, because then we could have just talked about
No
it then
kidding.
instead of interrupting the season 4 stuff.
instead we got the never before seen episodes.
Never before seen
At
pilots.
like 240p. I
Oh my
can't.
god.
Also, thank you
Yeah,
so much,
nice.
World of Cars, for the $4.99 donation. I like the vibe of the promotion. It doesn't feel like a forced Lego
Cars.
set marketing, and the character separations are great potential for storytelling.
Agreed. With
Yeah.
especially the second part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited for the team ups.
Yeah.
But yeah. And did anyone have any big thoughts on this video? I know it's been a while since it came out, so I'm not sure.
The We Can Whip review. As someone who has followed many a fan project, especially like Ninjago the musical, this is like the one time I think we will ever get like the main characters like full out singing, and that makes me so happy. I know that we'll never get a musical episode, or if we do, I'll cry tears of joy. I know it'd be random. I know we don't inherently need it,
I'd love
but
one.
it'd
Music
be
bound.
fun.
Music.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
please.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
It
You're
also
just, like,
just
so nice to
surprisingly sounds really good as well. Like I kind of forget that a lot
Yeah.
of the cast can actually sing.
For real.
Oh yeah.
This is why we need a musical episode, because they're just
Exactly.
good.
Please. Do it like you would with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where everyone's just cursed to sing. and
Yeah,
it's
they're just forced
fabulous.
to do it.
Oh, like I also love that they still managed to get like it's focused on like the original ninja, but they still managed to sneak in like the new ninja at the end, which I
Yeah.
think is
Yeah.
neat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got our first look at Misako in the new animation, and
Mm-hmm.
Garmadon was there, and Nelson was there, and
Yeah.
I admit it, I cried. What are you talking
yeah.
about?
100%.
They give Piper
Yeah.
back his eyeliner, thank gosh.
Right?
Oh yeah.
He looks so great.
He's glammed up now.
I like that they included Asphira as well. It feels like we did get
Yes.
representation from like every era because of
Mhm.
that. Also, she's
True.
so cool, so she should be there.
Always down for some Isphira representation.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Real.
Also, the visuals are really pretty,
Yeah, it's
Oh, no
gorgeous.
kidding.
and the core suits.
Yeah, they did a really good job, and it was just such like a pleasant surprise.
Mhm.
The actual Weekend Whip cover was great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we also got behind the scenes of them in a booth recording.
Yes.
Which
Oh, that was
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah,
So
that-
fun.
Yeah.
So
That
cute.
was really
I
cute
was
too.
so happy.
That
It
was
was
an
so
amazing
good.
treat.
Oh, and the whip continued the tradition of Ryu's new form getting revealed via the weirdest way possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
before the poster.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like we had an inkling through like set leaks, but we didn't get like a full render and animation until
Right.
Weekend Whip.
No, he's there.
Which also confuses me more because it's still the teen Ryu in the actual intro, right? For season 4.
Well, they did mention the tomorrow's tea, so maybe.
Oh.
They just used that up
That'd be
front.
interesting.
Actually, wait a second. You might be cooking.
Hmm.
It was like, also, I do have a question. Like, how long has it been? Has it literally been like 4 years for the dragon, or is it just because time's weird? Because if we're
At least
getting
time
a
feels
big
weird.
Ryu like this who can like wield a sword, and it's only literally been maybe even a few days after season 3, whenever they're trying to escape their realms or whatever, he's growing pretty fast. Like, what is
Yeah.
time in Ninjago right now?
We're gonna find out that Ryu has had some sort of woo in season 8 thing going on, and so he's just
Oh my
continually
gosh.
aging faster back to his previous age.
Oh my gosh, it's the Time Twins. It's the Time Twins, guys.
Time
The
Twins.
Time Twins are back.
Ross's master
Fun.
confirmed.
Time Twins confirmed.
Yes. Fabulous.
Oh, peak.
No, I generally think that he's gonna like power up, and that's how he like ages or something. I don't know. It's
Yeah, I don't
weird.
know. I'm curious,
Who
but
knows?
I guess
Just have to wait
that
and
does
see.
segue pretty nicely into talking about the trailer, unless anyone had anything else to say on the 15th anniversary video before we move on.
They should make a musical.
Yes, please.
Give us the Ninjago
Please.
musical. Give us more things like
Please.
the Land of Lee song, please. But with the
Yeah.
Ninjago.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But anyways, now we move on to the very first trailer that we ended up getting. At least, well, after the 30-second like kind of teaser trailer. But this features basically most of what we saw there, plus some new footage. Most notable things being just showing off the Whispering Woods, the brand new like elemental monsters. Frack's dad
Yes.
appears.
Get hype for Frack's dad!
Frack content, let's
Wow.
go.
That's a thing that happened.
Oh yeah.
But otherwise, it's
Why
kind of
isn't
just
he
like
on the poster?
right.
I don't know.
Right.
It's a surprise. Anyway, I wasn't surprised by Frack's dad because if you were on Blue Sky and you follow Doc Wyatt like I do, he actually mentioned because of questions that someone was asking about Frack that we were going to meet some of his family later on down the line. So I was pretty surprised that it happened this early, but it had been mentioned by Doc Wyatt before.
I see.
What do we think on Frack's dad's design?
It's definitely Frack's dad.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
think they may be
looks like
be
Frack.
related. So here's the thing. Wasn't am I just misremembering like the picture that
No, that
was shown?
it is. Yeah, I think it does match. It's just a very weird
Okay.
shape. I don't know. At least his mom is like green. They're not gonna make a pink female snake again.
Jesus. What?
But I'm genuinely actually excited because I want more Frack stuff.
Yeah.
Because I actually like Frack.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think he needs
And
more
if you
stuff.
look And if you look carefully on his design, you will notice that there is an Explorers Club symbol on his chest. So, we know that's coming back at some point, I guess.
Return of the Explorers Club.
Honestly, I don't mind that. I kind of find it funny. But
I like it for continuity purposes. It's nice to see them show up again.
interested in what he's actually going to do in the season, like what his dad's going to do. Oh wait, because didn't Doc Wyatt like tweet like because someone was like, "What's Frack's favorite season?" And then he was like, "Oh, it definitely wouldn't be season 4. He goes through too much or something."
Wow. Oops.
Well, still, yeah, I'm excited for Frack. More than Aaron. I have no idea what they're doing with Aaron in this season.
So
honestly, though,
here's the thing with me in this trailer, right? Because it's just like Percy said earlier about the poster. There is so much happening in this trailer. There is not a single thing that like lets me know what this season is actually about from this initial thing, which is why it's like I remember watching this trailer and just being like, "Yep, that's more Dragons Rising. They do be fighting those monsters.
The dragons do be rising."
It's like
a lot of things that people noticed online, and I definitely pointed out on Twitter, was how dark everything looked. The sequence of the green tentacle monster coming down the street towards Sora, Frack, and Wildfire was very horror movie-esque, and I really can't wait to see what they do with the tone of each one of the groups that we're following.
yeah, I love that whole environment in the scene with like with Frack's dad and the vine monster or whatever. It's really interesting for Ninjago.
Oh yeah.
There's also okay, I lied a little bit. There is one thing that shows some kind of plot point, and that is with Jay getting his memories back.
Yeah.
which is a little disappointing because a lot of
Well,
people
Jay
suspected.
attempting
Yeah,
to
attempting.
get his memory back.
And-
Yes,
and I-
There's a chance he doesn't.
We
And
don't
I-
know.
It's
in
a
terms of the
fabulous
actual
point.
in terms of the actual memory thing, I don't really have an opinion on it until I see it. It's just in terms of
Yeah.
how they're doing it with the administration coming back. It's a little disappointing to
Yes.
see that instead of going to a new location like the Land of Monsters, maybe, they just ended up back in the Realm of Madness, and we're just doing more administration shenanigans.
Yeah, it's crazy that Roz was like, I've sent the ninja to the farthest place ever, and it's like right next to like what, Ninjago?
Right.
Yeah, literally the most helpful place to put that group is there.
True, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the J plot, I think they will end up failing. Maybe that's cope, but like, because I think in a later shot you still see he has his rogue hair when they're elsewhere,
Mm-hmm.
which he might still keep if he returns to J. But like,
I really hope at this point that either he fails or he doesn't get his memory back entirely, because I just truly believe at this point, with what they've explored, I think the happiest that I would probably be is if he figured out that, oh, I'm gonna be a ninja and be a good person on my own without having an easy way out.
Yeah.
Like looking into a machine.
It'd be better for the character development at the end of the day.
Yes,
at least.
exactly.
yeah, and like, I think there's a chance that might happen, and then maybe his memories come back after that. I don't see them actually like getting them back in the
Committing.
administration. That's just weird. But
Yeah,
again,
I
Ninjago's
hope
had
not.
memory stuff weird before in
Yeah,
the past.
that's just-
Maybe
Yeah.
Vex is gonna show up and be like, "You."
This might be.
I just don't want it to be easy.
Yeah.
This might be very pessimistic of me, but I feel like having Jay get his memories back in the administration after like a few episodes squabble is like one of the most Dragons Rising things they could do.
I mean, also
I
fair
could see it in a way, yeah, but I don't know.
I guess the question is, how much are they willing to commit to like not having the status quo come back too soon?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think
Yeah.
I think for me it's just like Dragons Rising does a really good job with setups, but after the last season it's kind of proved to me that, and even like parts of other seasons, it's like the payoffs are not always that great, and will they be able to pay off the Jay storyline in a satisfying way? I don't know.
Who knows?
The only thing
I'll fill
is,
you in later.
if they were going to do it that way, all I would ask is like at least do it in a more interesting way than just going back to the administration. But at the same time, we haven't seen the season yet, so maybe something really interesting is explored with the administration that we didn't know about, and it expands the world building in a really cool way. That there's always the
We're still
possibility.
with the administration, and we're not with the knowledge that we're not gonna get like the administrator is just really funny to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless that really was just to throw us off and be like, oh
I
yeah,
hope.
we're gonna
Honestly,
tell
part of
everyone
me
that's not gonna
hopes
happen.
so, but
Walks out here playing 5D
know.
chess.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
think-
yeah.
Like if the thing is, if they don't botch this could be like just a really interesting plot line. The idea that Jay wants to get his memories back but can't access them. That's a really compelling want versus need dynamic. If they commit to not giving his memories back,
Right.
which is the linchpin in this whole thing. But
yeah,
I think the Aaron parents thing is what's really making me not feel like they're gonna go that route.
Yeah.
Because it's like if they just went back on Aaron's parents like that, and that was like a huge, big overarching thing for like the entire show up to that point, what makes me think they're not gonna just do the same thing with Jay? You know.
True.
Yeah.
I'm
But
not
that's
gonna
what it
lie,
sucks for stakes related reasons, or at least like I guess character stakes related reasons.
I totally forgot Aaron's parents were back for a minute. Like,
Oh yeah.
slipped my
We have
mind.
not seen them
now.
once.
Like, well, they're back.
They came
Oh,
back
it's
to
so
be therapy
upsetting.
for Jay and Nia, and that's all they really have done.
I'll see what happens this season, but if they don't show up like at all, like I'm just like,
They might just be background characters at the monastery with Frohickey and Geo and the rest of the
Frohickey needed some friends, okay? He's lonely
Oh,
in the
yeah.
monastery by
I love
himself.
Frohickey.
He deserves friends.
I mean Zane can talk to a broom, but I don't think Frohickey can do
I
that.
do.
Also.
I do just really like that. Like he's so happy when they show up. He's like, "Oh, just normal people who I can like, I can host at this nice house that I have."
Oh yeah,
I love him so much.
I love Frohickey. Same here, Frohickey.
Oh,
Yeah,
I hope we'll get a minifigure one day. No, we won't.
please. It'll be the
Maybe.
20th
I mean,
anniversary.
Please.
Yeah, 5 more years we'll have Geo and Frohickey in a set. And it's the monastery this time.
In a combo battle mech together.
Oh boy.
Yes. But they'll name it after Kai.
Exactly, it's all red. Why is it all red? Reasons. Punch it, Chewie!
I forgot what was good. I want to briefly mention, I don't know if we're moving on to the next trailer, but the snippet of Cole using his shoulder armor to block an attack. Is that like the first time they've done that?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the first time they've made use of the.
Ooh. You see,
So
they give
good.
Cole all the cool fight scenes. It's awesome.
No,
Fan of
Cole
the
is
Yeah.
series.
aura farming this trailer.
You know what that means? That means he's only going to get like 10 lines.
Bro's aura farming so much for
God.
being only in like 2
let me
scenes.
scream.
That new golem form though.
It's so
Holy
good.
crap. Where's
where's
his
the
gun?
gun?
That
Where's the gun?
Cole
we
just wants.
we know he's getting a gun.
Cole just wants to make sure we see the fit. It's okay.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so happy that except for the intro, that potentially they won't be switching to the non-powered up dragon suits.
Yeah. I
That's
don't know what
weird.
that was about in that one render.
Yeah. Good trailer, but yeah, I guess it doesn't really show like what the main thing is.
It's a good teaser. Like I was definitely teased. I was like, ooh, what's going on here?
Yeah, I think my initial reaction to this was just there's fights happening and there's not really anything here that grabs my attention. It's just like cool, more realm exploring, more fighting, more like seeing the elemental monsters. It's just like, okay, this is just like the Forbidden 5 again, I guess, for this season. Except with even less character, it seems. But it would be really funny if the elemental monsters ended up being more interesting than the Forbidden 5, which is actually possible, I feel like.
I kind of hope they are. I'm just like a Forbidden 5 hater at this point.
I don't have like there's no expectations for the elemental monsters. To be like anything amazing.
They haven't been built up for seasons.
No, they're going to be Roz's master.
So it's like if they do end up just being like random foes, then that's fine. It's not going to be a problem. But
I'm totally cool with that.
I think it would be funny if they were actually better than the Forbidden 5.
I mean, I think in that regards, they technically would be because they serve their purpose.
Right? They would serve their purpose better. Yeah, that is true. But another thing I wanted to mention just before we move to the next trailer. The other trailers pretty much confirmed this, but from this trailer, it was kind of given the sneaking suspicion, and with the poster and everything, that Roz is just not a factor, it appears, in this part of the season.
Very interesting to think about after
down the court.
I actually kind of don't mind that. I kind of like him I know he might not see it, but he's like working in the shadows while the ninja are distracted with other things. And then I don't know. Like if part 2 comes out and he's like nowhere there either, I'll be like, okay, what's going on?
That's a bit weird.
But yeah, no Roz, that's a bit sad.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's been a couple of leaks lately, but I won't talk about them. But I'm not as worried about Roz as a lot of people are about part 1.
They do the whole mission thing of he got all the dragon icons off screen.
I mean, I feel like that's a little less egregious because at least it wasn't like set up inherently that we're gonna see him get every single one. I don't think. I don't know.
I guess that's true, actually.
I guess he just has to do some research. Maybe the Explorers Club will have something to talk about.
I still wonder what his plan is. If he's just going to be carrying like 7 different giant weapons.
He has an inventory trust.
Madness. He's going to get 4 arms in the realm of madness.
He puts down a hammer
You
space.
You remember?
It's
Yeah,
fun.
you remember how he
He's
pulled out
gonna
like
go
that
rent out a
box?
storage unit to store them all in so that he can go
Oh
get
yeah, like the
other
Aaron
ones.
Jet. He just has that in the middle of nowhere.
He has a Minecraft hotbar. Don't worry. Cycle through it.
Yeah.
Like, I think someone asked me the other day, like, is Dragons Rising funny? And I'm like, I think Roz might be the funniest part of like all of Ninjago, genuinely.
Real.
And I
Roz
don't know
is
if
the
that's what they're
funniest.
going for.
It's not. Well, I don't know. I can't even tell with Roz, honestly. I genuinely can't tell if he's supposed to be like as funny as he
I
is.
feel like it's a 50-50.
He's
Oh,
only
it's so
threatening in flashbacks, but whenever he's facing against the ninja, he has one brain cell.
Roz is such a
Yeah.
fascinating character, and I was really hoping that we would get more Roz just because I want to make a video on how much I like how complicated my feelings are on him.
Yeah.
But like, we're not getting any new stuff, and I feel like I don't know if I have enough yet. Like, I need to see where his plan goes before I can make a
It was
judgment
like
call. You
in
know?
season 1, he was like this threatening force that helped a princess basically kill her dad and rule over Imperium. And then he got locked in a jail cell for half the season. And then he just started having like one brain cell.
He's
Like,
had like
I'm totally going to convince the leader of this tournament to pull a switcheroo and make me have all the powers of all the elements. Mwahaha. And then everyone betrays him and all of those other things, and I was like, yeah, you're not so great at this, are you, dude?
it's just fascinating because there's so many genuinely good and intriguing moments with Roz, and especially when Roz is interacting with Aaron, that are like, wow, this character is really interesting and cool. And then they just don't go
Lord,
anywhere, or like it just doesn't lead
I
to
love
anything.
this chat. I have to point out this chat. Lord Roz is basically the Garmadon of Dragons Rising.
He's like season 2 Garmadon though.
No, for real.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
actually is a
God.
good because he'll have like
That's
really like good
great.
strong moments, and then the
That
next
is.
one will be you know the Lloyd vision he has of like the Zeatrix fight, and then it cuts to Roz like opening his mouth.
I love that
Yeah.
scene so much.
It's so funny.
Oh,
Yeah, I love Roz.
Roz is so good. You will take me to the Cauldron of Realms to complete my master's will.
He has like his lines are just so fun to like imitate.
Yep.
But yeah, a little sad no Roz content. I'll have to wait to make that video. But
hopefully part 2 does like a lot with him then.
yeah, I have a feeling
I
that
hope so.
this season I was a little worried because like from this trailer, it's like the season doesn't really seem like as much interesting going for it. I don't even know if I'm gonna have anything to say about it after it does come out, because I try to make a video on every installment, and but if I don't have anything to say, I don't have anything to say, and that's just how it is, and I don't want to just complain. But things changed when we got 2 new clips. At least things started to change. This wasn't the full shift, but things started to get a little interesting when we got these 2 new clips of Lloyd visiting with the dragon of the Arc Dragon of Life.
Yep.
I believe.
Yes, that's true.
Yes. Okay, the Arc Dragon of Life. And this was interesting because basically it was a full. It was 2 clips that were basically just from the same scene. So it's basically just one long clip. That's practically just exposition.
The whole exposition dump into one clip. It was too much.
They had to, yeah, exactly. They had to put into 2 separate ones, and it's basically just exposition about the Whispering Woods and everything. But then the most interesting thing, Lloyd not being the first elemental master of life, also implying that he was not the first green ninja, and then also confirming that him skipping aging actually ended up having an impact. Obviously retroactively, but I mean these are all retcons we're talking about, but still.
Yeah.
Having an impact on whatever's going on here in the Whispering Woods, as he was able to fulfill his duty, whatever that means, to restore life or whatever. And that's immediately like a lot kind of drop on the
There's
community.
so much to
So,
unpack
oh my
there.
gosh, it was a time bomb. Like, how do you even deal with that?
So, first off, just initial question: how do we feel about multiple green ninjas? Because I think that's kind
I
of the
still
main
am on
one.
the fence. Is it really
I'm
confirmed that it's like
it's
multiple green ninjas?
100%.
100% confirmed.
Lloyd says there's been other Green Ninja, and then Arc
Oh yeah,
Dragon's like,
that's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
I'm low key open to it. Like, I think they'd have to do it in like a very specific way. Like, it's definitely weird,
It's weird.
but it's
It's
doable,
weird
I think.
because of how the retcon works. Because you go back into season 1 and you just hear the words, one ninja will rise above the others and defeat the Dark Lord, and that ninja happens to be the Green Ninja. The prophecy, it was just like a specific, like the Green Ninja will defeat the Dark Lord and bring balance or whatever. And then you have the second thing, which is that this is the elemental master of life. So it may just end up being two separate things and two different, and one of them being a prophecy and the other one being a job that's like handed down from person to person. So they
It's
can be two different things. It's just really hard to grasp because of how much the Green Ninja has been such a singular thing, like the chosen one, and how it's been built up for 15 years. And having that prophecy being turned on its head so far into it and basically being retconned into something not as specific as he thought is kind of mind numbing to the fandom. And I
I
totally get that.
I feel like I'd be down with it depending on like if they go a bit more in depth on that idea. Like it's not just a casual throwaway. Oh, there's multiple green ninjas kind of thing, but like maybe we get at least a slight explanation as to how or why or et cetera, et
yeah.
cetera.
I do like the theory that Zarkar was a previous Master of Life. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I guess I'm worried that you know, in season 1 where they're like, if you know that the first Ninjutsu Master created some of the other realms, I'm worried that the Green Ninja thing will kind of be similar, where they don't really, they say there's been multiple and then they kind of stop at that.
Yeah, I mean the show's not over yet. I'm still sort of hoping we might get a little bit more on the first Ninjutsu Master thing too, but I don't know. I'm not gonna hold my breath.
I think it's interesting they're finally doing stuff with the actual Green Ninja mantle, because the OG show really didn't do a whole lot after like season 2, season 5, kind of. It's just, it is a big change, but
Yeah.
you know, we'll see.
I don't know. I think my base thought is like, sure, why not? Let's do it. But like I don't know. I have mixed ideas because like on the one level, I don't know. The Green Ninja prophecy was like fulfilled in season 2, and then that's it. But Lloyd still remains like the most important person in the universe because he's the main character of the show. And I feel like this move like purposely is like, no, the Green Ninja is not super special. He's one in a line and whatever. And so I do kind of like that of like Lloyd isn't like super like the most important whatever. He's a cog in a system. On the other hand, though, this move does be like, oh, but Lloyd has this super special responsibility that nobody else has. It kind of undoes any of the credit that I would give it for that. As the trailers have shown, thrusts him right back into the most important person in the universe, main character position again. So I do like it in theory, and this looks like very interesting, Lloyd being the most important person in the universe content. So I'm not gonna complain, especially that I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, a lot of question marks, and I hope it goes well. Why not?
Yeah. There's a universe where it could be really cool or really interesting, and I hope that's the universe that we live in.
Yeah, like
we can only hope that his job in the Whispering Woods or whatever it is a really key part to keeping the realms together. There's a big talk of being like, what are the dragons talking about whenever they say maybe it's the end of this cycle or whatever, and Lloyd is basically one of the linchpins that has to keep that together, and then it all goes downhill from here.
yeah.
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
So
I mean, at this point in the franchise, I guess why not see what see what they can do with it, see what sticks. So if it,
Also
like,
worth mentioning, I am not
Yeah.
100% on this, but I think this contradicts something that Tommy said in the past, that like Lloyd was the first one to use his element, and that's why it doesn't have a name or didn't have a name for so long. It's like because he's the first one to use it. That's why we don't know.
see, I kind
And
of
so that's kind of done now. But also, like, who cares what Tommy says? He wouldn't give us a name for
Yeah,
his
true.
element for
Yeah.
ages.
that's
I'm
one.
fine with that.
I'm so
That's-
tired. I'm so tired of people like not making up their minds or actively just letting them be what they could be.
The thing is, he wouldn't give us a name to use, but then people would be like, "Is it okay if we call it this?" He would be like, "No, that's inaccurate. Don't use that." And it's like, well, how are we supposed to talk about it then?
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a weird time. I mean, I feel like you could also pass it off of like everything like that, because all the realms are united now, and all our information beforehand was strictly from Ninjago, and I guess the Cloud Kingdom, which is weird. Whereas other realms had like other rules and histories and prophecies and stuff like that. I don't know. Also, yeah, the Tommy tweet is a bit. It's a bit weird. I hope this season, at the very least, gives a solid answer as to this is Lloyd's power. This is what it does. Do not ask us anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like Life is a really fitting name for it as well. It's nice. It also feels like it low key ties into like how Green worked in like the movie, because that was all about connecting people together, and this is sort of about like connection as well. So
Yeah.
I think it's nice.
I'm hoping they do more with him than just he shoots green out of his hands.
Yeah.
Green.
Green.
Yeah, for me, it's just like I'm past the point of like being too upset or caring about retcons and stuff within Ninjago lore, because it's not like those are too uncommon. And,
if you're gonna get upset, you're gonna have a very bad time watching this show.
Right.
I think the introduction of Lloyd alone was like a plot hole.
even in my most optimistic periods of this show, I have never once been able to say, "Oh yeah, the lore is really well thought out and like consistent." So it's like that's like the least of my concerns. You could literally like completely contradict lore from an older season. As long as you tell a good story, you tell a good story, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't even think this is that like bad or like severe. I mean, it is a pretty wild, crazy swing, but it's like one of those swings that's coming from the place of like, how do we bring interest back to this character, and like just do something crazy? Because especially the thing that really sells me on this is the Tomorrow's Tea thing. I was really impressed with when I first watched this teaser. I was like, the fact that they went back on that moment of Lloyd being aged up prematurely, and the fact that that is now having consequences, and that's what they pulled from to start
That's
the
so
story and kickstart it.
It's so good.
It's such a smart
almost...
use of like.
As someone who is currently making a Ninjago retelling fan fiction, I am currently on Child's Play and Wrong Place, Wrong Time. And rewatching Child's Play now after knowing this is so sad, because the meaning of that episode was it was a coming of age story of Lloyd embracing the fact that he has to grow up and the fact that they're retconning even that message of, wait a minute, Lloyd may have grown up too fast, which is something that we as like a fandom have been like agonizing over ever since then. So it's very, I really like the direction that they're going with it, where they're connecting it back to Lloyd was way too young to go through this. He is like going through all sorts of trauma that he has yet to process, and we're going to see it. And I can't wait, man. This is the thing that I'm the most excited about. Even
Agreed.
though it's like, even though I'm kind of like torn up about like the retcons and like what this really just means from like a writing perspective, but from what we've seen of it so far, it just clenches in my heart a certain way that if I were to miss it, I think I would be disappointed in myself. Like I need to see this. I need to grow with this as much as Lloyd does.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a clever explanation. I would have never thought of it in like a million years. The fact that because like they've not really brought up the fact that Lloyd was aged up since like what wrong place, wrong time,
Yeah.
and the fact that that's like not only an like it's a really good explanation as to why like he didn't know about this strangely important thing going on, but also as a way to tie back into that. And I hope that they do touch into that and how that affected Lloyd, because he kind of feels awkward when he brings up like, oh yeah, that's probably why that didn't happen.
Yeah.
No, I think it also just has a lot of. It's really cool that we have this kids show that's going to have this plot line that's like an allegory for going through puberty and how it's difficult, but it's important. I'm hoping they lead into that. I think that'll be a really cool message for them to touch on.
Yeah. It's just so interesting. Like they're pulling. It feels like a deep cut kind of thing. Like especially for Dragons Rising, which is like very much doing its own thing a lot of the time.
Yeah, no, it's interesting stuff. I was like this is one of those things. It's like the Forever Rock being brought up by Roz. It's just one of those Dragons Rising moments where it's just like, dang, yeah, these writers they know they know their stuff. You know, they know
They did their homework.
Yeah, they know what they're doing when it comes to, you know, weaving these things together and creating a satisfying
And I feel like
cohesion.
doing this storyline, especially during the 15th anniversary, just feels like such a like it's
so
very
right.
copacetic. Yeah, it's very nice.
Do you think like do you think Aaron knew that Lloyd was aged up, or is this going to be like a what kind of moment?
I feel like no one really knows, right? Like,
yeah,
only I wouldn't know. I mean, we've just got to have an episode where people in the Ninjago universe are just talking about what they know. Like
what is common knowledge in Ninjago?
That.
Get everybody together, do a information download session with everybody in the same room, and then you can break them up again.
I need a scene of like all the like the original 6 Ninja just like bantering about like everything. Like they all meet up after all this time and they're just like talking, just catching each other up, just like
the OG 6 Ninja have only been in the present time have only been on screen together in the mid-season finale of season 3, and even then they didn't talk. That's like the only time, which is kind of insane. Like I kind of respect Dragons Rising for that,
for sure,
because when it happens in like season 5, it'll be like a really, or maybe even this season, it'll be like a big moment. I imagine.
I was like, okay, so I have to go Nia pilled and say that they're seen in Absolute Power where Cole is actually like talking to Nia and telling him about like his problems, and then going off to find Wu's ghost in season 1. It was the first time that Nia and Cole have talked alone together in a room since season 6. And I blew a couple of people's minds from that fact, but we just need more time where they just, discuss their problems as like a team. We love whenever they're separated because of the character dynamics, but it's kind of really hard to even be like nostalgic in this like 15-year anniversary whenever they're all split up like this and not talking.
Yeah. I mean, it's not fully surprising with how big the cast is. It's like if everyone was in the room too often, then it would just become messy. But hopefully, we'll get a bit of that this season
Oh yeah, Euphrasia's in this.
or next season. Oh yeah, Euphrasia's in
Yeah.
this.
We're so happy about you,
We forgot because she's not even on the poster.
Yeah, right?
I'm so happy
So
that she's
true.
back though, because like I feel like for the last 2 seasons it's been like, oh well, she's around, or oh she's just not here at all. But it's nice to see her again. I hope she does something.
I just don't know what
more
her role is going to
important.
be. Like, I like it, but I'm also like, what are you doing here?
I'm a little worried
Yeah.
she's just gonna be just kind of hanging around and there to
It's
do like
'cause-
cool
Yeah,
action.
just a
and that's
third
it.
person.
Like, I guess we're
not
just
the
gonna
group.
have more Moro discussions and more Master Yi discussions.
it's even yeah.
Go, keep going. You're good.
I was going to say it's even more worrying because Zane is also in this plot, and he historically does nothing.
Yeah, and
So
Pixel's
what's
just
your
nowhere to
vision
be
of it?
seen.
I hope. Actually, I don't know if I hope we see Pixel or not. My love of Pixel hopes that we see her, but that's just me being biased and selfish. My writer in me is like, well, is she really needed? Is it worth it?
She should have been the protector of the Whispering Woods, to be honest.
Pixel 10 out of 10.
Is the new Green Ninja.
Pixel, you missed your call. And man, can you imagine if we had a Pixel plot line like the one Lloyd is about to get at any point?
Can you imagine if we had a Pixel plotline period?
They do a thing like
she has to face her previous 15 models in her mind hallucination to come to terms with.
They do the thing like she didn't get her calling because she was trapped in Zane's head.
Oh my god! She's guided by a digital her on her own interface.
This is how they bring back Echo Zane as Mr. E.
And then Lloyd is just on the sidelines like, man, I hope Pixel gets through this because everybody knows they're really, really close.
Yep.
That's canon.
And we call it Rebooted 2. And everybody claps.
Oh my gosh, peak.
Rebooted 2, turn it off and turn it back on again.
Oh yeah, I forgot Pixel also came back.
Yep.
Yeah, she's in it somewhere.
On vacation,
only to get benched immediately.
The team has missed their bench warmer, I guess.
Genuinely?
You think what happens is that, like, they meet up with Lloyd or whatever, and Zane is like, oh my gosh, let's jump on this. We got to do this. And Pixel's like, I'm going to continue on my vacation. I've earned this. Bye.
She deserves a break, straight up, though. I can't even.
He goes back to she's hanging out with, like, the Chima beavers.
Look, we had a cruise planned. I'm not going to dip on that. Okay? See you later.
We spent a lot of money on this, Zane.
We paid for the drink package.
Wait, that would be kind of real. They should just do that instead. Is that all for the
I think
clips?
Does anyone have anything else to say on the clips before we move on to the most recent trailer? Nope.
I think we hit all the points. I'm ready to talk about what
the latest trailer is the big stuff.
So
for real.
After those clips, right? You know, I'm watching them and I'm like, okay, this is really impressive stuff. Actually interesting retcons. I can see everybody's upset, so you know, cool. We're back. We're so back. And
so back.
But I'm still just like, you know, I still don't have too much interest in the season overall. I'm just like, okay, I still don't really know what it's gonna be about. Like, okay, Lloyd's gonna do something with the Green Ninja title. Okay, cool. And then this trailer comes out, and we see young Lloyd, voiced once again by Jillian Michaels.
Standing ovation.
Crazy.
Yes.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
The season is peak.
It still bothers me so much that that one flashback in season 1 was not Jillian Michaels. I will forever be bothered by that.
Yeah.
I will
That's so stupid.
I will never not be annoyed by that.
I think we can all agree the biggest blunder Dragons Rising ever made.
Yep, biggest. There's no other problems. That's the biggest one.
That's the main thing that they got wrong.
I legit had my bingo card that if young Lloyd had a flashback, he would be voiced by Sam Vincent again. So thank God.
Yeah.
But it's just
so
crazy
good.
because the fact that they not only brought back the Traveler's Teething, but they're taking the storyline in the direction of Lloyd is now going on a adventure with the version of himself, like the age that he skipped over. That's a good premise for a season, and
it's very creative, very like out
that
of the
gets me
box,
interested.
kinda, you wouldn't think of.
I like that this journey seems to be more of like a mental one and not like get over the cliff of this thing to get to this place. It's like more
Get the 5 MacGuffins that you need a MacGuffin to
you
do
must
the
get
thing this time.
Yeah, it's like he has to he sees his younger self first, like the brat Lloyd, and then we get to the age he skipped over, which is like a bit like the mid legs, slightly longer hair.
Yeah.
It's just so clever, like that he missed this thing because of the tomorrow's tea, and then he meets that age he skipped over there. I don't know how they came up with that. It's so good.
I feel like it's also again perfect for the anniversary. It's very like it's nostalgic, but not like in the remember that thing kind of nostalgia. It's nice. It's a good evolution kind of nostalgia.
They're building like an actual story out of it.
Yeah.
It's so good. And the fact that Jillian Mike, that's just it's so good.
It's so wonderful.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think this plot line would work if you didn't have Jillian.
Oh yeah,
doing
no, yeah, true.
No, I would be so skeptical.
If you can't get her back.
Kidding me?
It would feel very like you'd be taken out of it the whole time not because it wouldn't work from like a voice acting standpoint per se, but just because of like familiarity. Even we're so used to seeing young Lloyd with Jillian Michaels' voice, so it's like honestly, it'd be like cognitive dissonance or something.
I'll be so real.
I didn't even mind. Yeah.
Like the premise alone is really interesting, and I am excited for it, but the problem is like I can't be convinced that it's gonna actually be like good, and I'm not gonna get my hopes up. So half of my excitement for this is just hearing the Jillian Michaels performance. I'm gonna be so real.
No, yeah, that's true.
We're here for it. We're here for it. That's
where most of my excitement's coming from. The story is good too. The story's interesting and cool. I'm sure it'll be great, but like I can't like over-invest myself in hyping myself for it. But that performance, I already know, you know.
I'm so happy that like the young Lloyd is also like a brat, because like when he aged up, for some reason Lloyd just instantly became like more responsible, whereas this guy is like has a bit of an attitude to him.
Yeah, they gotta nail the characterization.
His frontal lobe fully developed.
Like
because of tomorrow's tea.
Literally.
My one fear is like, I mean, obviously there's a billion fears you could have going into this, right? But my main one is like, I need the characterization to be on point because it's been so long since young Lloyd was written. It's been literally since the beginning of the show. And I feel like it's going to be too easy to just kind of have it feel like there's a big disconnect there.
Yeah.
And
I think there will still be a slight disconnect, but like
it's plenty of ways for this to crash and burn. Let's not show you this isn't a foolproof concept. It's a good concept, but
it's a really great concept with the potential.
Still important.
Yeah, with the potential for some horrible execution.
I'm very intrigued by what like. I think the idea alone is enough to push this. Like, because like after season 3, I was like, man, Lloyd, I don't know what they're doing with Lloyd at this point. So at the very least, this is something interesting with him.
I feel like this, especially paired with like the cliffhanger of last season, like and all of it sort of like tying together, perhaps. I feel like that is probably what I'm most excited about for this season. Like all the other 102 plot threads that are still floating around, I'm sort of like, oh, they're okay. I guess the Jay thing I'm interested in just because I feel like I am invested enough at this point to have to be. But
The
like
Sora, Frack, and Wildfire one is like so out there. It was like, why would I be interested in the group?
I mean, I like
Technically.
their dynamic at the end of season 3.
Yeah.
I think their
I
trio
just
was
think,
like fun to watch.
and I just think they're being so gung-ho about Lloyd in particular right now because we know probably the least about what Jay is gonna go through in the administration and Frack and his relationship with his father and how Frack, Sora, and Wildfire's probably gonna fall apart.
yeah.
It kind of feels like we're focusing more on Lloyd because the Jay and the other group's storylines and even Cole's storylines may be something that they want to keep hidden until it drops.
Do we
That
have
would be
any clue what
ideal.
Cole is doing?
I think he's
don't
gonna
think
be
we do.
focusing on the Imperium.
Well, yes,
Yeah,
Yeah, we just have a couple of clips of him fighting loyalists, and that's all we've got.
I think he will be mainly in like Imperium by the looks of it.
I see.
Which I mean, last time he was there, he kind of
Sounds
died.
good
So
to
that's like a
me.
him thing.
Cole dies again.
For the however many times there's, I can't
Yeah.
live.
Cole's the new
Another thing
Zane.
in like speaking
Yeah,
of Zane,
don't even get me started on that one because people are already theorizing. Hey, so this gravestone has a C in Ninjargon on it. I'm like, okay, you shut up right now. You stop.
Don't take away my. Don't
I
take away
think-
Cole.
Don't take away my Blorbo.
in the latest trailer, besides the Lloyd stuff, obviously, my favorite bit is Zane going like, they said you might not survive this. Good luck in there, I guess. Like, is this all Zane's gonna do? I'm actually happy Zane's with Lloyd because I was so happy they were gonna put him with Cole and we were gonna get like another Zane and Cole side plot
story.
that goes nowhere.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Because like it would be fun, but I'd be worried that it would exist to just sideline them again. But at the same time, I don't know why he's here either. But you know, maybe I don't know. I just hope he's like, because you know when they were like, we'll take fan criticism into account when writing Zane. Would they have technically been writing season 4 when they tweeted that, or season 3? I don't know.
I thought it was
Hopefully
more
not
so
season
3.
Oh
but
dear Lord.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how where the writing pipeline is.
I don't even know anymore.
Fly on the wall.
If Zane is randomly peak this season, we'll know why.
Yeah.
Okay. So do the sets come first? Like, do they come up with the idea for the set and the theme? And then the writers will come up with the story. They'll talk about it. Oh, this set has to be in this set has to be in this, and like an outline. Then they start writing, and then they animate, and then here we go. And that takes like what, 3 years?
Around 2 3 years. Well, the animation part takes more like a year and a half or 2 years, probably. The whole thing, probably.
Okay, so they've been writing this like 3 or 4 years ago. So at the start of season 1, they were doing season 4, probably.
Like I don't even need a big arc for Zane. I just need him to just be weird again.
Yeah, that's all people were asking for last season with like all the Zane like on the marketing
Do
and
not
stuff.
dance
It's like
with
we're not even
birds, Zane.
asking for we're not even asking for a character arc. We're just asking for him to be in character.
Give us our Zane from season 1. I miss him so.
But yeah, I think just the main thing that really worries me about this season and kind of is dampering my expectations a lot is just there's so much going on, and I just don't think that the Lloyd plot, as good as it could be, is going to be enough to get me super invested in everything going on, especially when there's gonna be a billion other plots that it's cutting between. Like, it's gonna be one of those seasons where it's I have a hunch that's gonna be one of those like Roz and Aaron type situations where it's gonna be like, I really like these scenes, and then it just keeps cutting to something else anytime it's getting good, and then it cuts back, and I'm really invested again, and then it cuts away.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
like
have a feeling that's how it's kind of gonna play out.
Yeah, Like I'm on the edge of my seat when Frack's dad is on screen, but when he's not, I'm just like, what's the point?
At the very least, like, maybe the plot lines we do have look like they have enough unique, differing tone sort of stuff going on that at least have the potential to be interesting on their own merits, so that we might be cutting to different interesting things rather than the plot line you like and the plot line you don't like sort of deal. But we'll see.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
I'm interested in something from each though.
Yeah. The Fraxora Wildfire will probably be the funniest. That one will have probably the most jokes.
Let's go.
Jay, Kai, and Nia will probably be fighting all the time. And then Jay will go through some Jay trauma again. Oh my god. And then Lloyd just going through the Hall of Egress from Adventure Time. But
yeah, honestly,
yeah,
even though we're
good.
Yeah, even though we're talking mainly about Lloyd, I think the J plot is the one I feel is the easiest to really mess up here in comparison.
Because Jay actually has like build up.
Yeah, it's so easy for probably the writers to want to flip that switch of like, oh, he's back now, and then we're done.
Yeah.
I hope that they like lean against a wall and say, no, I'm gonna wait on it.
But
we need to have a satisfying conclusion. It can't just happen like a finger snap or whatever.
That does bring up an interesting point though, because I'm so used to going into Ninjago seasons and having all this build up to stuff and being like, okay, there's so much high expectations because we've been like building this up over time, or we've been like, you know, all these promises of really interesting stuff. Jay's really the only thing where it's like we're paying off something from previous seasons this time around. I feel like everything else is just kind of new stories. Like there's not like the expectation for it to be amazing.
In a way, that's kind of like a good thing almost for the season, where it's the closest we've had to like a standalone story since like season 1, I guess, with Imperium. But you know, that could also backfire. Maybe they're gonna introduce more mysteries.
Yeah, because we were introduced to Dragons Rising of like, oh, all the lands are merged now, and here's these other characters, go nuts.
Yeah.
And thrust into a world of Ninjago that we've never seen before, and just going by like the expectation, and we were really wowed by that. I hope that season 3 may have just been a hiccup where they were like in that sketchy like middle of the road things and they didn't know really what to do, so their hearts weren't technically in it that much. But I think season 4 may be a return to form, especially with maybe us returning back to Imperium and being more Lloyd and Roz focused, and even more focused on the people that we haven't seen and the people we know the least about is incredibly refreshing.
Yeah.
Since season
2. I guess season 3 was just an unfortunate place for them to hiccup because that was like a lot was riding on that.
They built it up so much.
Yeah.
So hopefully they don't do the same thing again, I suppose. Like build up more plot lines.
I feel like in comparison, like season 2 and 3 had so much expectations going into them because of built up plot lines and stuff. And season 2 I think did a good job, and then season 3, you know, was season 3. And now we're kind of back to square one, where it's like my investment and everything is kind of back at 0, and you kind of got to build it back up again. And but it helps that, you know, nothing here is like, again, the J thing is the main thing that's been overarching over the whole show. That's like, it would be really upsetting if they messed this up, but I'm not like expecting them. It sounds bad, but I'm not expecting them not to mess it up at this point. I don't know. That's pessimistic, but you know, at least I'll be surprised if they do something really cool with it.
Indeed.
I'll be pleasantly surprised. And I definitely do see the potential in the Lloyd stuff. So that's definitely what I'm most interested in. But again, if they mess it up, I'm not going to be too upset because they just, like, this wasn't built up over time. They haven't been teasing a young Lloyd return for seasons, you know?
It was so shocking hearing it the first time. I can't believe we're getting this.
So I'm just going into
like
this.
A dream.
Yeah. It's so interesting. I'm just going into this season though, just kind of like open-minded. Like, it'll be what it is. I just hope it's not boring. I
Yeah.
don't want it to be boring. I want to have fun watching it. I hope they do something cool
Yeah.
that's worth talking about.
Yeah, I
That's all
want
I care
jump
about.
scares with monsters, like we're in like fog-filled streets, like The Exorcist, and secret societies, and I don't think you can handle the truth, you know.
Gosh, now
I'm
that I
like,
think about it,
that's those things I'm excited for.
now that I think about it, they've really not said anything about the loyalists in any of
Not
the
really,
marketing,
no.
Oh yeah. Oh,
No.
yeah.
which is very odd.
There's just so much
But
Like,
this
I had to go
season.
look that stuff up
Intriguing.
on Wiki, like, just earlier. It's like, who are the villains this season exactly? And I was like, oh, these guys.
Frack's
Okay.
bad.
Yeah.
The season does seem very like, it's like very unfocused but focused at the same time.
Yeah, it's like we don't know the focus. That's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
like the only thing that
It's
has like
like-
an actual hook to it is the Lloyd stuff and
It's
the
the Lloyd
J
stuff,
stuff
which is-
by
yeah.
technicality of having the whole getting memories
Yeah,
back
and
thing.
other
That's
than
like
that, we
that's a hook.
absolutely know and nothing.
Yeah.
Unless you've like seen the sets.
Yeah, we have two strong
Which-
hooks, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sort of, I don't know. I went into this season being excited about the hook from last season, or like the cliffhanger thingy. And the Lloyd stuff is basically the continuation of that. So I feel like as long as they don't fumble the bag too much with that, I'll make out fine. I'm not going to be.
Yeah.
They're
And
like, yeah,
with
this
the
is nice.
addition, yeah, and with the addition that all the elemental masters will have like what some of their powers and not at their
Yeah.
full strength. And they're facing off these monsters that they need to fight off by themselves. And not have to rely on the things that they were actually training with. That had to deal with their elemental powers.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that before, but not to like a group extent. Like we've seen like one character not have like a grip on their powers and they need to refocus, but not like almost the entire team is
And by proxy,
going to have
honestly,
to go
anyone.
through that.
Everyone
when
and
there's,
anyone
like,
who
this
has an
major
elemental
threat.
power. Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah. Anyone else have any like final, just headspace going into the season?
Will we find out who Roz killed for the icon?
Nope.
Probably not.
Look, unnamed detective is a great character. I think we should have a whole flashback episode dedicated to.
So real.
Ooh, what if it was a dead Explorers Club member and
Frack's
And
mother.
and they were looking?
Oh my gosh,
my
it's Frack's
God!
mom.
It's
Wait, no,
Frack's
that would be.
mom!
Wait, hold on. You're
That
cooking
would-
here.
Oh, okay. Cook harder. What else? What else?
So Roz killed Frax. So this is secretly a Frax season. They've just been hiding it really well. Marketing
And
is
it's
building up, and they set up that the Green Ninja title is like a previous thing, so that Lloyd can pass the Green Ninja title to Frack because he wears green
it's still green.
to fulfill a prophecy, and then
Green.
so that he's the one destined to defeat Roz because Roz killed his mother.
Oh my God, that's why he's on the
I-
poster.
I
That's
love
why
the
he's on the
idea.
poster.
I love the idea of Lloyd.
Aaron, because he was at the forge and could have prevented Roz from, if he had stopped Roz there. And guys, there's
Oh
so
my
much
gosh,
going on.
wait.
I love the idea of Lloyd like every 2 seconds being like, Aaron, you are the greatest ninja to ever live. Anyways, Frack, you're the green
You're
ninja.
the Green
Yeah.
Ninja.
I literally have that line in my bingo card of Lloyd saying that to Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
He's the greatest.
You have
ninja
the potential to
of
be
all
the
time.
greatest ninja who ever
Oh my
lived.
gosh, stop
But
talking.
so does
Lloyd.
Frack, and he got there first, so.
But Frack is wearing green right now.
I love the idea of Lloyd giving Frack like the Serpentine Ninja being the Green Ninja, considering
That'd be
his
really
track
cool.
record with the Serpentine.
That would be
Yeah.
fun.
He's got
That'd
some
actually be fun.
frustrations he needs to work
Fabulous.
out.
Oh my God.
Serpentine
Yeah.
Green Ninja would be based.
I
would
mean,
be down.
Frack
Yeah.
already.
That'd
I
be
think I'm just
crazy.
happy that Frack is just getting more fun. Because again, I still like Frack. I think he's very unique in terms of his personality.
It is.
It was such a jump scare when he was just like a ninja in season 3. It's
Yeah,
like,
like,
oh, I kind of thought
really
maybe
They're
they'd
here.
like do the same thing with Euphrasia in this season. It's like, is Euphrasia just gonna become a ninja randomly? She
'Cause,
just
like-
shows up in the trailer, but she's not on the poster, so I kind of think they're not gonna do that. But
Like, you never know.
With
I'm
season
glad
one,
that Frack stuck at the very least.
yeah, because like with season 1, we kind of like, okay, so Wildfire is training to become a ninja now by the end of it. Frack just kind of appears at the monastery. And do you know what? I
But
love
I'm
that
here
for
now.
him. Do you know what? Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. He didn't really have anywhere else to go.
If this was
Yeah.
OG Ninjago,
He has
he would-
parents.
he
Okay,
would've-
but like,
he would've-
maybe
Sorry.
he didn't know where they were. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's disconnect there. I guess he did have like
I
the
feel
picture.
like you could have had a line end of season 2, just setting that up.
Hey,
if
this is
you were
Ninjago.
doing
Hey,
it.
this is Ninjago. The dad coming
Wow.
back, the father problem, the father issues.
Mm.
Oh, right for potential.
Yeah, how did Roz even
Yeah,
get to Frack? How did this even happen?
Who
Frack
knows?
was
I don't
walking
know.
to the store, and Roz said, "You
See,
will
they're at
take me to the
they're at
cauldron
the most
of
convenient
realms."
place they need to be.
Wait, this would actually this would actually be in character for Frack, though. Oh, just give him, I don't know, give him something like substantial, because I still think he has one of the coolest moments of like the entire Ninja cast when he drops the mask.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
That was
that fight
great.
is so good.
Mhm.
That was such a great. That was such a
Also,
great scene.
I'm remembering that the whole thing with Frack was that he was like, he couldn't control his powers and kept causing problems, and then was tricked because Roz probably came up to Bro and was like, "You're weak, like I was weak, and you can't control your powers." And Frack's like, "Okay, I want to be
You're right.
strong." But I don't know,
Yeah.
like he would have been. I don't know where Frack would have been in that moment. So it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Roz was hunting dragons with Imperium still, but I don't know if the timeline works out in
Roz-
that way. I don't.
Roz might have been like on the hunt for elemental masters specifically, and then Frack, being the world's biggest ninja stan, is like, this is like being a ninja. I want to sign up to be a ninja. And Roz is just like,
Ooh.
sure, we'll throw you on the team too.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, does Frack still have Roz's phone number?
I mean, we've got to assume.
Can he just call him?
Hey. Seems like you did something. We ended up like in this weird other realm. Can you come pick us up?
He can
Don't
open the
give
gate.
us a call.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm here with one of your other former students.
Yeah, I think.
Which Frack and Sora, I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten like anything on what's going on between them next season.
I don't know what
That's
they're gonna
one
do
of
with
the
that.
larger
Because,
gambling threads we have no answers on.
I don't know what
I
they can
think
even
I'm
do with
fine
that
without
without, because I
that.
feel like no matter direction they take, it's gonna just feel, I don't know, because you can't, because I know not many people want them to get together, but at the same time they've already been through like a lot of rejection, so it's a bit of a weird story to tell either way.
Yeah.
It's been told weird. I don't know how to feel yet. They have to.
I feel like I'd be
They have
fine
to at
without them
least
doing
have like.
anything.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel. I frankly, I'm okay with them being. I'm okay with Frack being the first one to be like, hey, I think Sora's really pretty and awesome and nice, but then it doesn't stop him from arguing with her about his opinions in a cave.
I like that, yeah. Like he's not
Yeah.
That's a pretty fun dynamic. I just wish I just hope that whenever they're alone, they get more fleshed out. There's a particular scene in the first trailer that had everybody messed up. Was Wildfire pushing Sora into a hole, and and Frack is there trying to rescue her, and you know I just that side's gonna either implode or
Yeah.
Frack's gonna be bothered with daddy issues. Sora can't do her powers, and she's probably trying to learn spinjitzu by herself. And then Wildfire's just there, being
And
angry
Ryu.
that she can't do
And they-
anything.
Main character Ryu
And
is
they-
also there.
Main
Hey, don't
character
forget
Ryu.
Ryu.
Yes,
And then
he has so
them-
much to do.
And they're beating up Wildfire
Yeah,
for some
like
reason.
I'm intrigued. I don't know what's
Current
gonna happen.
theory is mind control, if I am on the fandom's pulse.
I could see that.
Interesting.
Which would be
I haven't
kind
heard
of
that.
if they gave them just an actual reason to Frack and Sora having an actual reason to fight would be interesting.
I mean,
But
what was remember the voice recording thing that we got earlier this year of Aaron and Wildfire's voice actors? With the
Talking about
With
the
the
6-7
6-7?
then.
yeah, maybe she said that and they just start beating
so
her up.
funny.
It'd be deserved
That's
at that
it.
point.
That's a solid theory.
I thought it was okay. The way I read it is I literally saw that scene. I was like, oh yeah, they're just training, and I didn't think about it any deeper.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought that as well. But it does lead to Sora getting thrown off the cliff. So
See, I don't remember this clip, so that's my bad.
Yeah.
This is news to me.
I still think this squad has like it looks very fun. It's just sad that Aaron's been so far separated from the other new ninja.
The new ninja, yeah. No, I agree with
Yeah.
that. I really wish
It
we've had
is-
more like new ninja dynamic time.
He needs more stuff with Frack.
Yeah.
They
I-
need to stop
I
pairing
really
him
like it.
with Lloyd. They need to stop
what I'm
pairing him
saying.
with Lloyd.
Yeah. With last season, we there was a couple of people that were making the parallels between Aaron and what Jay was going through. And people were like, Aaron should talk to Jay. Aaron should be with Jay. And he was, but only for a few moments because he was being attacked by Jay in a plane. But
Oh yeah.
but it's one of those things where Aaron is so I think Aaron, out of all the new people that we've known, has been flip-flopped with different ninja over the course of these 4 seasons, that it's kind of hard to pinpoint who Aaron is the strongest with besides Sora, and that's become genuinely a problem.
They need to bring back the Aaron and Wildfire duo because that was really good.
That was awesome.
That was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
that was fun.
That was fun.
That was so good.
But yeah, like it's kind of
Yeah.
weird that that Aaron, like a lot of season 3 part 1 was like Sora and Aaron realizing like how they can't be separated, and now we're gonna go like 2 chapters with them basically being like separated.
Yeah, and with Aaron being such a super fan of the original Ninja, it kind of hardly doesn't make any sense that he doesn't have big storylines or things that he can talk to them about other than Lloyd. And
Yeah.
it's
that hurts a lot.
Yeah. Like Wildfire can be paired with pretty much any ninja.
Yeah.
This is true.
For real.
And, we just need Aaron there so that our Frack X Sora shenanigans can thrive at their fullest potential.
Yeah.
I need Aaron to know that Frack has a crush on Sora so bad. And
Me too. Oh my god.
I know some fans. I remember some fans being like, "Oh, Aaron would get mad at Frack." Aaron would be like so supportive.
Supportive. No, for real.
Static. His two
He'd be
best
like
friends.
the matchmaker kind of.
Frack is trying to tell Sora how he feels, and in the background, Aaron's behind a rock with a big huge thumbs up sign. That's how it would work.
Literally.
With Wildfire. And like Wildfire also trying to execute on whatever shenanigans Aaron thinks up, but like she's
it's
not
be the
subtle at all.
This is how you do the Aaron and Wildfire dynamic again, exactly.
Yeah. So have you guys seen How to Train Your Dragon 3?
Yeah, I know.
That scene, that scene with
that's what we need.
With Toothless and the Light Fury and Hiccup. Yeah, that's what I want. Can I have that, please?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I just
maybe
really hope
it's
Aaron
a
gets to be
reverse
with the
because
others.
maybe Ryu is the matchmaker.
Oh my god.
go. And he's trying. So it's a reverse How to Train Your Dragon.
Ryu sets up like a fancy dinner. Dresses up in
Ryu
a suit.
ships Tectonic the hardest.
I can totally picture his like teen design, like having like a bow tie and like setting up the table for them. It just it's so good.
That'd be adorable.
I just want
If
more
this is
shenanigans.
not what
with the
happens in the
ninja.
show, I'm gonna be
Yes, no,
I
I
was
you do
trying-
not understand. I
need-
want more shenanigans with the new ninjas so bad.
We're so close, but Aaron's gone with Lloyd, so Lloyd can tell him he's gonna be the greatest ninja that ever existed.
Oh my god. I'm gonna lose it. If we get that line again, I'm gonna lose it.
I
He's
just
the
want Aaron
greatest
to be
ninja
like,
ever
shut up.
lived.
Also, like, what is that based on? I still don't
I wish I
understand
knew.
why Lloyd thinks that's
I
so.
think-
I mean, I guess the
I
way
think
I
it's
always
'cause of what,
interpreted it was
like,
that he
Egon
doesn't
said,
have
right?
a power, and that he can, so that in terms of being a ninja, like not with powers, like he can be the most skilled because that's all he has to focus on. But they never go into what he means by that.
Yeah, they
So-
never say
I
that.
yeah.
I just thought it was because he's being Lloyd and supportive, and I thought it was more so based off of like Eagle being like, "Oh, I always saw so much potential in Aaron," and so he just like took that to heart or whatever.
Okay,
but I don't
but
know.
also-
Dude, it
why
turns
is-
out.
Yeah.
It turns out that Lloyd has been saying to all of the new ninja that they have the greatest potential to be the greatest ninja of all time. We just don't
You've heard
see
that.
those scenes.
Oh my, wait, you're right.
But
At
he's
the
been
same
telling
ti-
everybody that.
At the same time, why
Ryu,
is
you have
Especially
the
Frack.
potential
Oh, no.
to be the greatest ninja.
Frack, yeah. Like, also at the same time, why is Egot saying that anyway? Egot hated that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Like Aaron goes back to the monastery after finally like leaving Roz and like having faith in the ninja again, and he just sees him to like Lloyd at Ryu like, you have the potential to be the greatest ninja.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
No, but Ross.
What do we do if Aaron does nothing for the rest of the show?
I'm so worried
Cry
about
a little.
that. I'm
Well,
so
he
worried.
got, well,
it's-
he got his parents back, and his
True.
relationship with Sora is better than ever, and
feel
he
like-
made peace with Lloyd. Like, what? How
Does he
can-
have
how
anything
else can
left?
his Herrick?
Yeah.
How far can his character go from here, without introducing something else?
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
His
know.
natural evolution is to become matchmaker between his two best friends.
The
Only
elemental
place left
master
to logically
ninja
go.
dude.
And also,
At this
like,
point, yeah.
I was really banking. I mean, I wasn't really banking on it, but I was just like, I love Sora, but like, we have not done anything with her in so long. Can this please be the season we finally get more Sora content?
I
It
mean,
does
if
not
we're
look
going
good.
back to Imperium, I think there could be something there for
Yeah.
her.
True.
But that is still going back to
I mean,
Another
we had
story.
her in season 3 going with Roz. I like that. That wasn't as big, but that was like it was a definite move in the midway point finale of her making this big character decision that I
Mhm.
really, really liked. That was a really good moment from her, and then
Yeah.
it was less of a like structured, obvious arc, but it was like significant character focus.
Yeah.
I
It's
feel
like-
like.
I just feel like
I
she
guess,
didn't really
like,
do
sh-
much when she was
in
there.
season 3, she's at least
She
one
almost
of the only-
dies.
It's like,
What are you
at
talking
least she's-
about?
At least she's one of the only ninja that remembers what happened in season 2, and
Yeah.
compared to a lot of the
Right,
others.
right.
Because she's
Okay.
trying to like, okay, I messed up. I need to try and fix
I
things
will
with
give her
Aaron.
credit.
Yeah,
She did have a few good scenes in season 3, part 1.
she had a lot of emotional moments. She didn't have much
Yeah.
plot action going on.
It's just like
And then she
Besides
also
being used
convinced
as a
Lee.
human sacrifice.
she's
And she
definitely my
taught Lee
favorite
that
part of
kidnapping
season
is
3.
wrong.
She's
Yeah.
definitely my favorite part of season 3, but it's just like, even that's not like I just wanted like it was fine for that season, for her to not have much, and fine for the season before that because like season 1 was like basically all about her, and
Even
then
in
season
season
2
two,
she
she had a
played a
lot.
pretty good role, and then season 3 she played like a pretty decent role.
I
But I
can't-
was just like, we need to
I
get
can't
back
tell
to
you-
something
Yeah.
interesting.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how too much I am attached to Sora at this point. She's
Perfect.
easily by far like my new favorite character.
Fair.
Everything
Yeah.
every time she's in a storyline, she immediately makes it better somehow. And I just love that for her. I
Hmm.
in general.
Yeah.
My favorite is
I
still Wildfire, but apparently she's not going to get any interesting storylines anytime soon.
at the very least, like Wildfire is like always fun to watch.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
I really hope that because it feels like we are getting to some sort of end for Dragons Rising. I am actually
Mhm.
worried that Wildfire and Frack are going to be like thrown out the window once it's done. Even Aaron and Sora are like
I'll
debatable.
cry a little. I'll cry
Yeah,
a
I
little.
don't know.
A waddle.
I
That'll
think
be.
no, I shouldn't say that. I think maybe we'll just throw Zane out.
No! I'd cry then
No!
too!
We've already thrown away Pixel. It's not
I,
too
oh my
much
god, I'll
further
cry
to
then
throw.
We
too!
bring Pixel in
Throw away
instead.
all my favorite
think-
characters. Gosh, guys.
People have been
Spin
saying
Spin off
this.
with just Pixel and the next gen kids. I would watch that.
I'd watch
Pixel's
that.
Rising.
Yes.
Yeah, no Pixel and Sora interactions is so.
Have they
Yes.
actually never
Samurai
interacted
Squad.
straight
I
up?
know. It's wild. It's
Like
crazy
I always
that we don't
pictured
have.
like
We have
you know.
a huge.
Sorry,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say because Dr. LaRoe was her childhood icon. I always pictured that pic of Pixel kind of taking that spot for her in
Oh,
terms of
that'd be so
inventor icon,
good!
but they didn't do that. What
Things
is
like
it?
this makes me wish we had more like supplemental content where it's like, oh, we have shorts of just them
The elemental
between
mix.
things or whatever. I don't know, just anything,
Yeah.
please.
We need more, just like slightly more downtime.
Yeah.
Lots to build character a little
We
bit.
need
more.
Flesh some
another
stuff
fire
out.
chapter. We need another fire chapter, and I'm not even
I mean-
joking.
Fire chapter,
would be
but with
down.
like better, I don't know, pacing or something.
Yes, that is the main flaw of the fire chapter.
Yeah.
Is the pacing.
Because like just a new ninja going on like a Bernie type quest. The beetle.
Yeah. Now, lower stakes. Whatever comes after Dragons
Yeah.
Rising, I hope has a little bit lower stakes. At least to
Because
start
then
with.
good
Like-
balance. You need balance. Without
We're-
the balance, all the
we're-
big things
we're
don't matter.
Dragons
literally-
Rising started off with like the end of the worlds, and it's only been escalating since.
Yeah, it's just like something
It's
simple
been like
as
running and running and running.
like
and it
something
just never
simple as
stopped.
like we must get to this city to stop this guy.
Literally begging for domesticity. Like, please.
Mhm. I want to see Aaron just bake a pie with Sora and Wildfire and just nice times. And it
Maybe
doesn't
not
have to-
Sora.
Okay, well, yeah, maybe not Sora.
Rough.
Was there any more trailers I actually haven't been keeping up?
I think that was
It's the
the
last
latest.
No, I don't think so.
Well, that's probably the last one.
Unless
we're gonna get, then.
part
Yeah.
2 of season 4 decided to leak during this live stream. I think we are all
No!
caught up.
Not
What,
even.
what are
terms
the
of
chances
news.
of that happening?
That would never happen.
I mean, that's the only logical
Sure.
step forward. It was like what? It was 2 months before season 2 part 2. Then it was like a week after season 3 part 1. It has to be before season 4 part 1 now. No.
Right.
Tomorrow we'll wake up and it'll be there, and we'll all wonder
Exactly.
what the heck happened.
So yeah, guys, the season 5 cast list.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
didn't even get this stuff half the time.
I don't even know where this stuff comes from. It's so wild.
For real.
But unless anyone has anything else to say, I think we'll probably move into the wrapping it up phase of the podcast. I think I guess I do want to ask. Go down the name order list. How is everyone I kind of said my thoughts on this, but like what is the general like vibe that you're having going into this season? How are you feeling expectations wise?
I am feeling excited within like an asterisk. I think I'm again most excited about like the Lloyd plot thingy and like the stuff that was set up at the very end of last season. I think having everyone just have no elemental powers could make for some really interesting both fights, but also just like character moments, even if they're not gonna go anywhere. I think the Lloyd stuff is really perfect for like the 15th anniversary and like nostalgia without nostalgia being like too much of like a selling point or whatever. I don't know. I feel like all the other 100 plot lines that are going on still technically I I won't be too upset if they don't go anywhere this season or if we don't see much of them, just because from the beginning that kind of thing sort of always wasn't my cup of tea. It's sort of why I feel like I'm one of the lesser big fans of Dragons Rising as a whole, I suppose. But I don't know. I'm excited for the new stuff that we're getting, especially at least, because it seems like they'd be able to hopefully wrap it up in a satisfying some form of conclusion, hopefully. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. My stomach hurts.
No.
Usually for Ninjago, that's a good sign because that's exactly how I felt during the tournament arc. With Kai being gone and everything that was happening in like part 2 after season 2 part 1 completely floored me with how good it was. There's so many things that I don't know. And that's what's making it hurt. Because usually I think this is like since season 1, this is probably the least I've known about like a season going forward, and that kind of makes my stomach hurt the same way that it did whenever I saw the first season of the Oni trilogy and my stomach hurt and I was like, "Oh no. What are they going to do?" And I'm famously unspoiled by the first 10 seasons. So that's pretty much a good sign. They have so many, because I said during like our season 3 like retrospective whenever we talked about it, where I found season 3 part 1 to be more put together and the second part being more entertaining. It kind of felt like it was dropping the ball, and then the stomach hurting is like double that way because there's so many ways that each one of the storylines that we're getting, they could just flip a switch and choose like the easiest path possible and taking the easy choice. And taking the easy choices was such a big problem for season 3 in my opinion. So I'm excited, but also with like an asterisk of, yeah, I'm gonna watch this season with like bated breath at like 2 o'clock in the morning and no one's gonna stop me.
Valid.
I'm like cautiously optimistic. I think because when I was going into season 3, even though I loved season 2, I think I was more worried than anything because they had so much riding on this. Whereas, even though season 3 I didn't really like, I'm kind of heading into this season with more of an open mind that it feels more like there's less riding on it in a weird way, apart from the J stuff, but also that it feels more like the closest thing to a standalone story that we have in Dragons Rising so far. And there are some promising aspects, like the Lloyd story sounds interesting, and I'm happy Frack is getting something, and like Jay's story could be good if done right. So like I'm not like super excited, but I'm like also like I'm like I'm looking forward to watching it. I think at the very least, I hope to be entertained at least. That's kind of what I'm expecting out of an Ninjago season from now on. And even if it's not, I think if at least there's something to talk about afterwards, that's good enough for me.
Indeed.
My opinions on Dragons Rising have been bumpy, but I have already been through my crash out and bounce back era, so I am feeling like weirdly chill and optimistic about this season. I'm kind of, in a weird way, I'm kind of glad that all the marketing has not given us that much information because you just go in blind, and that usually makes for a better experience. So that's good. I am expecting to have fun with whatever they throw at us. Like, they have some concepts that'll at least be like surface level entertaining, and I am excited for that. I don't know about story wise how anything's gonna shake up, but I'm not too attached to the story either. Like, I guess you just gotta reserve judgment until you watch it because it's pointless to try and predict, is this going to be good quality, whatever. But I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to watching it. And if we don't have significant Frack Sora shenanigans involving other characters, that might be the only thing that could genuinely disappoint me. I have mentally braced for every other bad thing that could happen,
Right.
but I really want that to happen.
Peak. Well, yeah, I'm glad everyone's kind of going in with a bit of optimism, and we're just along for the ride. We're all along for the ride at this point. We're excited to see where
honestly,
the goes.
Like Thunderfang and the Forbidden Five won't be in this. That's already good enough for me. That makes it so
There's no Thunderfang, so you know.
Yeah.
Oh god.
More dragons.
But,
we don't get that 7 times.
Exactly. But yeah, thank you guys all for joining me today, talking about Ninjago, talking about season 4, getting caught up with everything we missed in the 2 months that NinjagoCast has been gone. The season comes out next month, so expect NinjagoCast shortly after.
Like almost just a little over a week, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it comes out April 2nd, at least in the US.
Thursday.
I don't know how that shapes up in other territories.
It's not this Thursday, but it's next Thursday.
Yes, I believe, yes. But
Let's
yeah,
go.
I have been your Sensei Bendo.
I'm Cheesy.
I'm Konya Crystal.
I'm Cube.
And I've been Parachuting Kitten.
And the dojo is now closing. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.